Hello guys. This is a really good guide for you guys now in respect of fault finding and then a little bit of testing. Okay, so what I've done, guys, I know a lot of you are struggling and you're really sort of asking me like what pictures, and we've sent you the photo guides and I've done a few videos, but I still kind of feel that maybe a few people are not getting it. So I've put this presentation together with some examples for you, and I'm really hoping this helps with your testing and fault finding units. This is for all learners, and this is kind of 2357, 235699, 2346. So whatever course on this is really going to help you. Okay, so I'm going to send it to everyone because I think this is excellent. So I can't obviously do everything for you, but I've done this the best I can now in respect to a fault finding how we tie in the testing units. Okay. So let's have a look at this then. So the first bit we come across in testing is usually the functional and technical information side. And it's like things like drawings and designs. Now, if you can get a drawing of the actual system you're working on, mine's a ring final circuit. I know this says an S-plan, but this is all I could find in a kind of last minute scenario. But a drawing and design or ring final circuit, a lighting circuit, you can find them quite easily online. I just Googled this, right? So that's that, right? So then we've got manufacturer's instructions. Now again, right, I just pulled these off a tool. I've got like a little sander. So just examples of manufacturer's instructions. We can just talk about, why manufacturer's instructions are so important when maybe replacing or repairing equipment, like, you don't want to void the warranty. You need to fit it, for safety as according to the manufacturer, right? Schedule of inspections, really important one, guys. It's the tick box sheet. Okay, so this is just one of our ECA certificates, but the schedule of inspections, right? Now, the reason why we put the schedule of inspections in with a fault finding is because we're assessing fault finding and testing, and I'm more than aware that it's not going to make sense to you to do a schedule of inspections on a fault find, but I'm covering criteria. So when you see it on the list, guys, when you see schedule of inspections, produce one. You can fill them out. I just put a blank one in here, but you take it out, fill it out if you want. And we're gonna ask you to name 4 things off of a schedule of inspections. For example, here, service cable, service head, earthing arrangement, meter tails. You can pick any 4. And if you've got a couple of faults to do, like a 235699 fault 1 and fault 2, for example, you'd name 4 things in fault 1 and 4 things in fault 2, quite similar to the 2346 as well, okay? A minor work certificate, again, you probably will do this in a fault find. So if you can have a minor work certificate as well, again, it's all criteria, guys. So when it's on the list, please do it. Again, I just downloaded this model forms. I typed in model forms from Google, got a free minor work certificate off the website there, IET, and you can do it as well. So please, if it says minor work certificate, just do it, guys, and fill it in, right? I know I haven't filled this in, but again, I'm doing this as an example for you. Meter calibration certificate, not a great picture, I know, but let's see your meter calibration certificate. Make sure it's all working tickety-boo, please. And then things like we ask for like quotes and invoices. I mean, it's just a quick quote I knocked up, Mr. Jones fault finding per hour, 45 quid, whatever, right? So just a little bit of customer information, a little bit of a quote, right? And then hand in documents to a client, look, so that, there's the client there. The lovely Cheza, right? And there's me handing the documents to her. Just a picture just like that. That'd be great. A safe isolation. So circuit identification, knock off, lock off, warning tag, key in pocket, prove the GS38 approved voltage indicator. Don't want to see this done with a multifunction tester, guys. It's got to be one of these, right? Proven unit or a known source. Right, so prove the tester before, and then line to neutral, line to earth, neutral to earth, reprove the tester. Happy days. So safe isolation pictures from start to finish in a nice little sequence that I've done with there, okay? Then we've got preparing the tester then for testing. So we've got, we've got nulling the leads type of thing here. There I go, full sequence of nulling my test leads. So I'm preparing my tester correctly. And then I'm going to do my end-to-ends on my ring. Like in this case, I mean, this could have been in the board, really. It's not, because the actual fault I'm attending is not, I can't get to the consumer unit, really. And for demonstration purposes, this was easier, but I'm doing my end-to-ends. So as you can see there, CPC to CPC. So it's neutral to neutral, 0.36. CPC, 1.67 times higher, bang on. And look, I've got line to line, and I've got my open circuit reading there, look. And if you look on the next slide, there you go, just to highlight it. I'm on line to line, and I've got an open circuit. So we have now establish by doing an end-to-end test using my continuity test, my low resistance ohm meter. Sorry, my low resistance ohm meter. By doing an end-to-end test, I've established, I've used my tester, again, criteria, I've used my tester to establish there's a fault, okay? Very important. And now testing around the ring, in this case, it's a kitchen, just testing at every point till I find the dodgy socket in question. And there we are, take the socket face off and the line conductors have popped out. Right now, guys, most of these I'm doing a selfie. Right? Don't tell me you can't get pictures in, because you can. If I can do it, you can do it, right? And by the way, this only took me about 15 minutes, right? Now I'm re-terminating and I'm doing a tug test, and now I'm retesting. There we are, like I'm retesting, and now I've got a reading, right? Happy days. There's all my ring final calculations. Want to see that? R1 plus Rn divided by 4. That gives me my expected result. So expected reading for R1 plus Rn 0.17, expected reading for R1 plus R2 0.18, yeah? R1 plus Rn divided by 4 equals 0.17. R1 plus R2 equals 74 divided by 4 equals 0.185. So I've gone with 0.18 for you. I want to see them calculations, please, if you're doing a ring final test. If you're not, short circuit, different, same thing, same sequence, just insulation resistance testing, right? Figure of 8 on the rings. So my figure of 8, my incoming line with my outgoing neutral and vice versa. So I've created my figure of 8 on the ring. I'm now testing at every point, and I'm going to note down the highest result. Okay, so I've tested that at every point, note down my highest result. Then I did my R1 plus R2, my line and CPCs, figure of 8, incoming line, outgoing CPC, and vice versa. And this time, yeah, tested at every point again, okay? And then record the highest result as your R1 plus R2 for that circuit, and then switch back on, and job done. And then functional test, so the circuit's now fully up and running. Okay, so that's a full fault find, right? So let's have a little look now and a little count up, because a lot of people say to me, how can I produce 30 pictures for a fault find? Well, there we are. Let's run through them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So 39 pictures, easy. So every fault, at least 30 pictures, guys, because I've just shown you how to do it, right? So I hope that's helped, guys. I think it's a really good guide, and I actually enjoy doing that fault find. It's the first time I've picked up a screwdriver in about 4 years. That was quite good for me. And that is a fault find and a ring final test in full. If you're doing a short circuit on a light, it's exactly the same sequence, exactly the same technical information. It's just you'll be doing an insulation resistance test instead of a ring final test, and the full sequence there. If it's phase rotation fault, exactly the same. As whatever fault you're doing, you're just telling me a story of the job, just like I've told you the story of that job. And that's what I'm looking for, kind of in that order for each fault that you do. Okay, so there you go, guys. I hope that's made sense. I hope it's helped, and I'd like a bit of feedback, please. Thank you very much.